Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for another pick a card reading. For anyone that's new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and the question that we're going to be digging into for today's reading is how can you enhance your beauty? So this was a reading topic that was requested by somebody who was following me on Instagram. If you all are not currently following me on Instagram, I'm going to have the links here or my handle here so that you can follow me there. Please do follow me because I do solicit feedback from my subscribers and my supporters a lot on that platform. So if you have reading requests, that would be a great place to submit them to. So what we're going to be looking into today is how to enhance your beauty. So beauty is obviously something that is subjective, right? Like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's going to depend on what your, perspective of beauty is or what your preference of beauty is. So keep that in mind as you're viewing this reading. And you guys, this is not necessarily a reading that's going to talk about physical. In fact, I would argue this is going to be the opposite. Today, we're just going to be looking into some energies that you may want to look at embodying or releasing that will help you to be able to better enhance the beauty that you already have. So definitely expect this to be more of an inner beauty reading versus a specific outer beauty type of reading, because how we feel on the inside greatly determines the way that others perceive us on the outside. So let's go ahead and get into our card selection for this reading. Starting on the left, we have pile 1. This is some green moonstone. Pile 2, we have some purple, I think it's pronounced Koroit. I don't know. Pile 3, we have some regular moonstone, and pile 4, we have some peach moonstone. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath and get our energy centered. Think about how you can enhance your beauty. Go ahead and select the crystal or card you're feeling the most intuitively guided to. And once you've made that selection, go ahead and skip down to the description box below. I will have the timestamp linked to your reading there. See you there. Hello there, pile 1. If you all selected the green moonstone, this is going to be a reading on how you can enhance your beauty. So like I mentioned in the intro, this is going to be kind of like an inner beauty reading because how we feel on the inside greatly impacts the way that we look on the outside and the way others perceive us to be beautiful or not. So keep that in mind as we move through this reading. Let's go ahead and get started with a few cards here. So we have the 3 of materials. We have the Knight of Voices, and we have the solar plexus, abundance. So let me just take a second here to tune in, pile 1, and then we'll get started. Please make sure you stay till the end because we have quite a few more cards to go through here. So pile 1, how can you enhance your beauty? So what's really drawing my eye so far, right away, is the solar plexus chakra that's being highlighted here for you. We have abundance. The world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. So you all, I think with the solar plexus being highlighted here, may need to work on your sense of self-worth, your sense of confidence, and also your mindset around certain things. You do have a lot of yellow energy here, even around the Knight of Voices card. And this yellow solar plexus energy is about all those traits that I just described. You know, mindset is really important to the way that we are able to manifest outcomes for ourselves, right? Because when we go into a situation with a certain mindset, whether it's positive or negative, that can greatly impact the way that the situation unfolds, because our thoughts and what we think about things dictate the way we feel about things, which then drives our action, which then results in an outcome, right? So really starting at the beginning with mindset, and I think specifically here, this is around a mindset of abundance, right? So choosing to see the abundance in areas of life and choosing to have a mindset of growth is really important for you all to be able to attract in the type of energy that you're wanting and to come across as more beautiful, as we're doing in this reading. I'm wondering if there's something for you all around the way you communicate as well, because the Knight of Voices, we have air energy here. So air energy is also, like we were talking about here, it's about our thoughts. It's the way we think about things. It's also about the way we communicate those things to others. And the Knight of Voices can be sometimes kind of a clumsy communicator, not always with bad intentions, but this is someone that can be very cutthroat or really blunt sometimes with the way that they communicate, because they're still working on how to fine-tune their communication, if you will. So there could be something around the way you all are communicating your thoughts and feelings to others in your circle that needs some, I don't want to say work, but it just needs to be out there. It needs to be exposed. I also think that, you know, Knight of Voices, this is a go-getter type of energy. Again, you have a lot of solar plexus energy being highlighted here. So your confidence and your drive and your ability to go after the things that you all want is something that's really important for you to enhance your beauty, right? Like coming across to others as being confident, coming across to others, or just coming across to yourself as being confident and feeling like you're empowered to be able to take the actions that you want to take. Three of Materials is coming through here as well. So this is making me see, like, we have a lot of people here. So I am feeling like something around collaboration or the way that you are communicating and coming across to other people, how you're working with other people, is something to be looked into as well. And I'm not saying you guys are needing to like work on this stuff. This is just little tips you can do to enhance, right? You guys, with the Three of Materials being upright, there's already this skill that you guys have of being able to collaborate with other people, be able to connect with other people, work well together with others. That's really important, right? This is something that Spirit is wanting you to focus on to be able to enhance your beauty. Because look at this beautiful path that they're creating just being together here. This is also a card of creativity and making things. So some of you all might actually be really creative. Maybe you have some creative ideas or creative business ideas or projects that you like to do, that collaborating with others or just getting the ball rolling on those things is something that will help you to feel more beautiful. So let's continue with these Divine Feminine cards. So we have, I trust in the process of divine timing, and we have dreaming. I must co-create with Spirit in order to bring my goals to fruition. Yes. So I think tying it back into this abundance mindset that we were talking about, like the breathing room is talking about needing to trust, right? So maybe some of you all really have an active solar plexus as you're viewing this video, and you're like, maybe it's overactive in a sense where you want to be able to do and control the outcome. And this is saying that in order to enhance your beauty, it's going to be really important to trust and kind of be able to lean back, take space from situations versus trying to manage an outcome in the way that you want it to come out, right? Being able to lean back and trust that things are going to work out. The universe is helping you. Co-creating with Spirit to bring your goals to fruition is important to feeling more beautiful and feeling more abundant in general. You guys do have something that you're dreaming of. Look at all the clouds, and you guys have dreams here. Like, there is definitely something you all have been thinking about doing, thinking about creating, or currently are creating. And you're guided right now to co-create with Spirit. So connecting yourself more into the universe, or connecting yourself even with the right community to be able to support your ideas. Let's look at some self-care messages. We have Be Still, kind of tying in with that breathing room. We also have Plan a Vacation. Okay. So it definitely feels like you guys are needing to get some relaxation time in as well. You know, be still. This is also talking about being able to release, right? Being able to meditate, being able to lean back and let the universe do the work for you versus you guys being the go-getter and going to getting something done, because work is being done for you even when you're in rest mode. That's something really important that I've even learned, right? I think in our society, the Western society, it's always about like the grind, the hustle, the go. And I see that you guys are good at that. What you need to work on is the being able to lean back into the more feminine energy of receiving, right? Because things will be happening for you even when you take a break. Like, even just to give you an example, whenever I take breaks on YouTube for a week, I'm still getting views. I'm still getting comments. I'm still getting people finding my content and subscribing to my channel. So you don't always have to be going and creating and pushing stuff out in order to receive success. We also have planned a vacation, so I think that there's a need for you all to incorporate a little bit more fun into your life right now as well. You have a lot of orange energy here, which makes me think of the sacral chakra. And I'm almost getting a vibe like a vacation with friends or like-minded people would be really beneficial to you at this time, just to release some energy and just to make yourself feel more vivacious and beautiful. Let's get one more card. Ooh, so we have the beautiful uncaging. Look at this, you guys. We have both of the chakras being highlighted here, the solar plexus and the sacral, both this beautiful orange and yellow energy. Beautiful uncaging is an interesting card because if you look at this card, you guys, it is like we have a heart and there's like a key being unlocked here. And we have all this beautiful energy bursting forth from this card, from this heart. This card actually talks about the what you call it? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. The deeper meaning behind this card actually talks about guilt, the concept of guilt, and being able to release ourselves of the feeling of guilt or the burden of guilt. So for some of you, with regard to what we're talking about, there could be some sort of self-healing or forgiveness work that needs to be done. Maybe around the things you're trying to create or manifest or people in your life, right? It's a good time to ask yourself, like, maybe why you could still be feeling guilt or remorse over certain situations, whether you're at fault or not, and being able to kind of unlock those feelings and let them free. Right? This could actually be something that's holding you back. And I think especially when we're talking about the topic of how to feel more beautiful, how to enhance your beauty, holding on to feelings of guilt in your heart and keeping them locked up there is not going to be healthy for you in the long run. And it will manifest itself within your energy in the way that you present to the world, in the way that you come across. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Group 1. Definitely some interesting messages here. So drop me a comment down below and let me know what parts of this reading may have resonated with you and your specific journey. Thank you all for taking the time to view today's reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. If you selected the purple cube, this is going to be your reading all about how you can enhance your beauty. So let's go ahead and get into this, and keep in mind, you know, this is going to definitely be more of an inner beauty reading. So let's see what we have here. So 9 of materials coming through first, followed by the 4 of emotions, and we have the message of creation, the sacral chakra for pile 2. Okay, so we're going to start here, and then I'm going to add in some more cards as we go. So pile 2, how can you enhance your beauty? So with the sacral chakra being highlighted, you guys, I definitely feel that something that you all can do to be able to enhance your beauty is to do things that bring you joy. Have a little bit more fun in your life. If you take a look at this card, the 9 of materials specifically, this is such a beautiful, free, just like happy energy, where this woman in the card is just like having fun. They look so joyful and just like in flow, right? And that's really what the sacral, one of the things the sacral can highlight is just like this need to have a little bit more fun and joy in our lives. But the sacral chakra is also talking about creation. This says the flames of destruction will ignite a rebirth. So I feel like there is something that you guys are needing to create in your life. It could be something creative with the sacral chakra, maybe something new for a lot of you, because this is also talking about the flames of destruction, right? So I feel like a lot of you guys are needing to sort of maybe do like a life review or a life upheaval, or maybe even looking at just a specific aspect of your life and asking yourself, how can you torch the things that no longer serve and be able to ignite some passion and excitement back into your life? With the Four of Emotions or the Four of Cups, this is kind of a very blah energy to be in. Like, this is when we are just not satisfied. We're bored. Options that are being presented to us are not resonating with us anymore, right? Sometimes this Four of Emotions can indicate kind of just a lack of gratitude or a lack of direction, or just like, it's just like a disconnect at the heart space, right? We're apathetic. It's like things that are presented to us just don't resonate. We just feel like, ugh, I don't want any of that. And we don't always know why. But I think this is stemming from your sacral. I think this is stemming from a need to work on the sacral chakra, work on the creativity, work on the excitement, the passion in your life, and finding ways to bring that back in so that you're having more fun. Because fun energy is beautiful energy, right? Like, you want to be having that vibration of this versus like coming across like this. And maybe some of you have been struggling with trying to figure out what your passion is right now. Now, the Nine of Materials does actually have a little bit of a physical beauty vibe that I'm picking up. So Nine of Materials or Nine of Pentacles is about having like all the things we need from a monetary perspective to be comfortable. And so for a lot of you all, if you do find yourself in a place where you have a little bit of extra money to spend, or you have, you know, the ability to indulge from time to time, I do feel like as long as it is something that's truly bringing you joy, this is something you should do. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. But where the issue may come in is when we're spending money on things just because we're trying to fill a void. You know what I mean? With that Four of Emotions, it could be that some of you guys are working with this energy of like, maybe you buy stuff to get a little rush, but then the rush dies away and then you're not really that into the thing you bought anyway, and you spent your hard-earned money on it. So I think as long as you're, yeah, like that could definitely be going on for some of you. I'm definitely seeing that here. So really what I'm getting is just a need to kind of spice our life up a little bit. But let's continue. Let's get some more cards. So we have the message of sweet treat coming in. Okay, we love that. And we also have connect with your womb. Wow, okay. So listen, you guys, connecting with the womb is really interesting because the womb is all about creation. The womb is all about like a place where we give birth, right? Literally it's a place of giving birth, but like in a metaphorical sense, the womb represents newness. It represents a portal for new energies to come through, giving birth to new ideas. It also represents our creativity. You know, the womb area on the body, even if you're a masculine, like this area is where our sacral chakra is, okay? So this is all the more just like reason to be working on the sacral right now. And so going back to some of the messages of connecting with the womb, I think in order to feel more beautiful or to enhance your beauty at this time, there's like a revitalization that's needed, like something new, right? We talked about in this card with rebirth, destroying the things that are no longer making you feel alive and being able to go after things or give birth to new things in your life that bring you that joy and that excitement and that passion again. For some of you, this could actually be like a physical thing, right? So maybe for some of you, there's a need to, like there's something maybe medically that you need to be tuned into with your womb area. There could also be some spiritual work that needs to be done around this area as well, or some healing work to be done around this area as well. It's going to vary depending on the person, and this is not at all medical advice, but you guys get what I mean, I hope, when I say these things. If you know, if that message is for you, you'll know it's for you. We also have the sweet treat. So again, I'm getting a little bit of a vibe of indulgence here and being able to enjoy, especially with it being next to that nine of materials. So like, a sweet treat is not something that we're having all the time, right? It's just something that we get to indulge in every once in a while that brings us joy. So maybe some of you guys are on a really healthy eating regime right now. And it's like, you need to allow yourself a little bit of a little bit of flexibility to enjoy your food. If it's specifically about food. This may not be specifically about food for some of you, though. I think this also goes back to this message around the spending, right? Maybe it's like every once in a while we treat ourselves to something sweet that we want, that's not necessarily food, but maybe it's a bag or a shoe or whatever it is we want to buy, a tarot deck, Lord knows. Some of us have that issue. So it's like treating yourself to something, but it's not your constant, right? You're still balancing it out with more healthy options or healthy patterns, right? Let's continue. All right, so we have talented. I honor my unique talents as they have been given to me from the divine to share with the world. Yes, and look at this orange flower. Overwhelmingly, you guys, the chakra for you to be working with right now is your sacral, 100%. So if you don't, like if you're not super well versed in chakras, I would do a little research on the sacral, but doing meditation, doing activities that will help to boost it or to balance it, really working on anything creative is going to help you stimulate the sacral. Specifically, I'm seeing here that you guys are really talented. You are really creative. And there's a need here for you to be able to share those talents with the world and not feel like you have to suppress that part of yourself. I feel like this is where the womb energy is coming in. I feel like in order for you to be more beautiful or to enhance your beauty, Spirit is wanting you to get your ideas out there for people to see because people are supposed to see them. We also have vampire. I will try my best to handle my own issues rather than draining the energies of others around me. So yeah, like this is, this is something a lot of people struggle with, you guys. Like, and it could be flipped, right? So for some of you, this is literally a direct message toward you around like being a little bit more cautious of how your energy is coming across to others, making sure that you're not draining someone else's life force by unloading all of your personal problems onto them all the time. But for others, this could be a message around boundaries and needing to maybe set proper boundaries with other people that might be drawn to your life force as well. But it's interesting we have this 9 of materials because the 9 of materials is a very independent energy. This is someone that is able to confidently stand on their own and doesn't need other people to validate or make them feel better. And so all in all, I do feel like Spirit is saying in order to enhance your beauty, work on your source of independence. Like work on your sense of independence as well. The sacral chakra and sometimes issues that can come along with it stem from not standing in your own power, right? So I would do a little self-reflection and ask, like, do you kind of have a tendency sometimes to unload yourself onto others or to expect others to constantly be there to support you when really you could be able to stand in your own power and handle situations on your own as well? So this is exciting. So let's go ahead and get to your final message. So we have the earth magic, grounding. Wow, this is beautiful. Definitely, yeah, the lower chakras, you guys, sacral, root chakra even, are really important for you to enhance your beauty here. But I'm definitely seeing with the earth magic, there's a need to kind of slow down and ground yourself a little bit. Think about like how, we talked about like giving birth to a new idea, giving birth to a new beginning, being able to finally share your talents out to the world. I feel like a lot of you, maybe you've already planted some seeds of this. Maybe you already have something out there that you're sharing with the public or that you're sharing with others. And this is a time right now where you need to kind of allow the universe to work with you, right? So instead of, like pushing yourself to go, go, go and create, it's okay to stand and just kind of let the seed grow for a minute. Do you get what I mean? Like you don't always have to, this card really talks about like how there's a time and a place to water the garden, but there's also a time and a place to allow it to grow and allow it to plant and root itself, okay? So whatever you guys are working on, whatever talents you have, whatever creative ideas that you've given birth to or that you've been putting out into the world, it would be great for you to a way to enhance your beauty is by allowing those things to sort of marinate for a minute. Plant the seed and give it a minute to grow. All right, you guys. Well, for pile 2, that's what I'm seeing. Those are some tips coming through from Spirit on how you can enhance your beauty. definitely let me know how this message resonates in the comments below. This is a unique reading. I've never really done anything like this before, so I would love to hear how you guys felt about it. Thank you for taking the time to view this reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, Pile 3. If you did select the Moonstone, this is going to be your reading all about how you can enhance your beauty. So let's see what comes through for you. So we're going to start with these 3, and then we'll kind of add on as we go. So we start off here with the 7 of Voices. It is reversed. This is the 7 of Swords reversed. We also have this is the Muse of Voices, but it's the King of Swords in traditional tarot. So lots of air element coming in here. And we have the Heart Chakra, self-love. Okay. So how to enhance your beauty? Pile 3. Well, right off the bat, the Heart Chakra is definitely important to address. So what I see with you guys, there's a lot of the air element. So the air element has to do with the way we think. It has to do with our head space. It also has to do with the way that we communicate. And the air energy, or like that headspace energy, is really different from the heart energy. You know, air energy tends to be more like logical, like logic and reason, and not as feeling, right? Whereas the heart energy is more emotional, it's more intuitive, it's more about love, right? We listen to the way we feel versus trying to like rationalize everything. And there's a time and a place for both, right? But because your heart chakra is being highlighted here, and this is a reading where we're talking about how to enhance your beauty, I feel like Spirit is wanting you to tune in to your feelings more. They're wanting you to tune into your heart space more. Specifically your self-love. So this says you can only love others as much as you love yourself. So there's a need to kind of go within and do some work around your heart chakra, do some work around your love for yourself. And I see here with the 7 of Voices being reversed, so the 7 of Swords, when it's in the upright position, this is sort of about us moving in silence. It's about us being very strategic to achieve an outcome that we want. Sometimes this can actually be a very self-sabotaging energy because we keep the way we feel to ourselves. And sometimes there's a time and place for that. But other times, I think especially when we're in like relationships or dealing with other people that we love and we care about, it can be self-sabotaging to not communicate your truth to your partners or communicate your feelings to your partners. Instead, you hold them inside and kind of manipulate them. And so with this being in the reverse position, if you look at the little foxes, how their mouths are open here versus in the upright position, they're closed, right? So I'm seeing here that there's a need for you guys to be more open with the way you feel. There's a need to be more vocal with those that you love and with yourself about how you truly feel about certain things. And maybe it's even how you feel about yourself, right? So instead of covering it up or hiding it, it's like, it's time to like release that and let it out and talk about it, whether it's just to yourself or whether it's with like a professional, like a therapist or something like that. To feel more beautiful, to enhance your beauty, you have to stop hiding parts of yourself from others. The King of Swords, in this deck, we have the Muse. This is a very very logical, very level-headed person, right? This is definitely someone that's like the king of logic and reason, the king of keeping it cool. Definitely not a heartfelt type of energy. Everything is based off of reason and facts, and it's not based on emotion. So again, there's a time and a place for it. It's not wrong, you know what I mean? But I think there's an interesting duality that we have going on for you around the way you think and the way you logic and reason things versus how you feel about it. That needs attention. Maybe those things are not quite in alignment for you. Let's keep going. So we have sound healing coming in, okay? We also have soak in a bath. So these are definitely giving me those self-love vibes, you guys. For sure, because both of these are very healing practices that you guys can be implementing into your daily or weekly routines to feel more beautiful. Sound healing is amazing because, and you guys can find sound healing anywhere. Like I found great ones on Apple Music. I found them here on YouTube. But these singing bowls and other types of really, just special and like these magical, sound instruments, they vibrate at a certain frequency that promotes healing within the body and within the spirit. And so for you guys with the heart chakra coming out, you may want to look into sound healing for the heart chakra frequency specifically. I even think throat chakra healing could be good for you all as well, because you do have so many air element cards coming through here. And this really does feel like we're looking at like a balance between head and heart, or the way we communicate versus the way we feel. So I would definitely look into that and try it out, even just for 10 minutes in the morning. This will really help you to raise your vibration and feel good going into your day. Soaking in a bath as well is a great way to practice self-care and self-love. And it's like, this should be like, you could even combine these together. Like Spirit is wanting you guys to take some protected time to feel beautiful for yourself, right? Like, look at this bath, how beautiful it is. It's like they're soaking in it. They have little flowers and herbs in there, their candles, their crystals. So I think just like treating yourself to some one-on-one time, treating yourself to a bath, but like putting the love into it. Like what would make you feel really loved, right? What would make you feel really special? Treating yourself to that is what Spirit is wanting you to do. Okay, let's continue. Pile 3. So we have image. Wow. I'm comfortable in my own skin, even if others can't accept me. I just got chills. There is something around your self-image, group 3, that needs healing. So maybe some of you guys out there are not comfortable with the way you look right now. Maybe there's something going on with your physical appearance that brings you down at times. And I think that this is about you being able to accept it. We can't really change how we look. I mean, you can if you have a lot of money, but that's not realistic for all of us, So there's a need here to get comfortable with who you are and what you look like. And not worrying about, I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but this talks about like, even if others can't accept me, maybe some of you guys have like tattoos or something going on, like a look that maybe isn't mainstream or, accepted by people in your life. And I think especially if you've made personal choices and decisions around like your image and altering your image and doing things that make you feel better about your image, like it's okay that like you just have to be good with those decisions. It's not really about anyone else because it's for you. Okay. We have headspace. Oh my gosh. We were talking about this. This says, I have the ability to change my mood by the thoughts I am choosing to think. I focus on things that bring me joy, not on things that rob me of my peace. Right. Listen, you guys, this is so powerful. And I can just tell you from personal experience, having done a lot of this work myself in the past, your thoughts, the way you guys think about your life, the way you think about certain things totally impacts the outcome. If you're in this mode of like keeping this, like making up stories or, keeping things to yourself instead of talking about it, it is 100% a self-sabotaging energy. Your thoughts impact the way that you feel. So when you think a certain thing, it makes you feel a certain thing, which then makes you behave a certain way, which gives you a specific outcome, right? It's a chain effect. So this message of headspace is talking about, instead of maybe thinking the worst of a situation or thinking about things that make me feel bad, how can I spin it and think something that makes me feel good about the situation, right? And this isn't about like being unrealistic with yourself by any means or unrealistic about a situation, but it's just about trying to look at things from a brighter side, trying to look at things with a more of a silver lining approach versus focusing on the negative of the things or making assumptions about something or someone. All right, let's get your last card, pile 3. So we have Call of the Muse. This is beautiful. there's like intuitively, I'm just feeling there's something about your body that, like going back to this image thing, like there's a need here to be comfortable with your body for some of you. And Call of the Muse specifically is about creation. It's about making something beautiful. It's about your creativity. It's about your passions as well. So maybe for some of you that is something through your image that you guys like to do, like creatively express through the image, was kind of something I was picking up on for some of you. And if that's the case, like Spirit is wanting you to do it. Like, because I mean, Call of the Muse is about being in flow and listening to our creative impulses, right? And for some of you, it may not even have to do with your body. It's just in general, something that's going to help you feel more beautiful is to be creative and to listen when you're getting those divinely guided downloads of like, oh, I should make this, I should do this, I should create that. Like, you're being guided to honor those impulses because you're going to feel more confident in yourself doing that. You're going to feel more beautiful. I think it's going to put you guys in a lot happier headspace as well. Wow, so this was a really powerful, really interesting read, Pile 3. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know how this resonates with you. Thank you all for taking the time to view this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, Pile 4. If you all selected this beautiful peach moonstone, this will be your reading all about how to enhance your beauty. Let's go ahead and get started with a few cards. Okay, so I'm going to start with these 3. So for my pile number 4, we've got the 3 of Emotions reversed. We have the 4 of Inspiration reversed, and we have the Solar Plexus Chakra. Okay, wow, this is interesting, these reversals. Okay, so right off the bat, you guys, I'm wondering for you if there's something around like friendships or connections, your community, that needs some cleansing or shifting in order to help you feel more beautiful. And this is kind of interesting because I definitely feel like the people we surround ourselves with, our community, our living space, even like the way that we maintain our living space or even the people in our lives can definitely affect the way that we feel, and they can impact the way that we come across as beautiful or feel beautiful, right? For some of you, I feel like there needs to be like a cleanse or an upheaval of both of these things, whether it's like your friend group, your living space, your community at large, whatever. Like, there's something that needs to be released because of these cards being reversed. And the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Emotions reversed in a friendship would be like lower vibrational friends, like friends that bring us down, friends that are a little bit toxic, living spaces where we don't really feel welcome, we don't really feel like we can be ourselves, or community spaces where we don't feel like we can be safe. I think those are things, if those resonate with you, I think in order to enhance your beauty, you're being guided to release and kind of rework some of those connections. I think for others of you, and this kind of goes with this message too, but it's like there's a need to manifest something new is what I feel. Releasing the old and being able to manifest something new, being able to manifest friendships and community spaces where we can feel safe, where we can feel secure, where we can feel supported, where we can have joy and have fun. This talks about your solar plexus. So manifestation is the fruition of confidence and belief. So the solar plexus is really important for you all to work with right now in order to enhance your beauty. Solar plexus, like this card says, talks about confidence, right? This is about the way that we go after things, the way that we confidently show up into spaces. Maybe for some of you, you already have community spaces that could have a lot of potential, but you're not showing up to them bringing your best self. And so this could be why we have these reversals coming up here too. But there's a need to believe that you can have the best. There's a need to believe that you can have better if that resonates with you. And all of this starts with working on your confidence and your positive mindset to be able to attract that in. Okay, let's continue. Pile 4. We have intuition. and we have movement. So you guys are really being asked to honor your intuition, tune into your intuition. Third eye work might be really important too, the third eye chakra, in addition to solar plexus for some of you. I feel like you all have intuitive abilities already, and perhaps there's been moments where you haven't honored your intuition, which has resulted in manifesting things that might be less than desirable for you or not quite what you want. People, places, situations that aren't 100% in alignment with you. But you guys are being guided to honor your intuition. This is beautiful energy. Like, this is a very peaceful, very still, very accepting energy to be in. So being able to honor your intuition and allow it to guide you is really important to you feeling more beautiful. Because I think when you're probably like giving people a pass and saying, oh, you know, it's not that bad, whatever, but intuitively you knew the whole time that it wasn't good for you. Movement, I think, can mean a lot of things for you. I think it can talk about movement away from the old and into the new, but this is also talking about physical movement. You see it here as well. So for some of you all, it's important to physically get active in order to feel more beautiful or to enhance your beauty. This could be something like yoga, like this person is doing here. It could be any form of movement that resonates with you, whether it's dance, exercise of some sort, whatever it is. You're going to feel better and more confident in yourself when you're able to start getting some movement into your days. Maybe some of you have friends that, like, you know, are a friend group that's not really doing that, you know, and that can be hard when you are trying to incorporate some sort of like a fitness goal or something into your life and your friend group isn't doing it. It can be really hard to stay consistent and honor yourself being in those environments. So I feel like you guys need to be manifesting in a support system to help you if you're trying to incorporate some goals into your life and your current friends aren't really on that vibe. You know what I mean? Let's keep going. So we have fierce. I have the spirit of a warrior and will rely upon this energy to get through any challenges I may face. Yeah, this is going back to confidence, you guys. The confidence in manifestation. Doing solar plexus work is really going to help you to embody this energy. You already have it within you. But if it's something that you guys struggle with at times, it might be good to look into some different like solar plexus affirmations that you can be programming into your day. So just to give you an example, like even taking some facets of this card, right? If you know you're dealing with a challenging situation that day when you wake up, or you just want to work on confidence in general, maybe saying in the morning, like this exact affirmation: I have the spirit of a warrior. I will rely upon this energy. I'm able to get through any challenges I may face. I am confident. I am strong. I am safe. I am protected. Those are all really good examples of affirmations that can help to kind of hype you up and boost your confidence level going into the day. We also have adversity. I accept my current challenges as an opportunity to grow and learn something new about myself and to correct any behaviors of my own that may need adjusting. Again, so you guys are going through something, I feel, for some of you, like whether it's like the breakdown of a friendship or moving to a new home. I definitely feel for a lot of you, this is about like connections with people, maybe conflict that you've been moving through. And I think there's a need here to take the lessons in it, right? This card, how it talks about using this as a learning, using it as an opportunity to grow. But it also talks about correcting behaviors of your own that need adjusting. So if you guys think about it, that actually takes a lot of confidence to be able to do. There's not everybody out there that's going to be able to look at their own behavior and say, you know what, I was a little messy, or you know what, like I did that and I was wrong to have done that. Let me explore why I did that. Let me heal that, right? So if you guys are able to see your own role in conflict and be able to work on it, that actually is going to help you boost your confidence. And that actually is a very confident and self-aware position to be taking. All right, let's close it out with the divine matrix. Very nice. So this is about kind of tying back into your intuitive abilities, pile 4, like just remembering that everything is connected, right? Everything is divinely guided. When I think of a matrix, it's like everything's connected. Everything happens for a reason. So I think being able to see situations from the higher perspective and understanding that you know, there's a purpose behind why this happened. There's a lesson that's in it for me to learn. What can I take away from this? What can I leave behind? And maybe being able to like tap into your challenges from a more spiritual perspective is something that's going to help you radiate more beauty inwardly, right? So really interesting, pile 4. I think that's all the messages I'm getting for you. Definitely feels like more of a like a confidence and being able to handle things, like tackle your problems, but also being able to see the deeper meaning behind the challenges that you're having and make adjustments from there. So let me know in the comments, pile 4, how it resonated. I love hearing from you guys there. Thank you if you made it till the end of this video for watching, and I will see you next time.